Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to Cosmoteer Series 2 and the French tickler of obliteration. Yes, it tried its best to tickle and obliterate last time, but as we saw, it got mostly blown to pieces. But hey, potatoes, potatoes. It took a while to think about that one, and I decided on a reverse course as being the most appropriate. I'm sure that's going to dismay a couple of people. Sorry about that. But the sheer cost of damages, I felt, well, it would have been an expensive lesson to try and learn from. Yeah. It was also going to burn through a lot of the remaining maps in this galaxy, and that was what in the end made me decide to not do what I was doing and revert back to the previous save and go from there. The save just before we actually went into the Vanguard section, because quite frankly I'm not sure how much resources are left in this galaxy that I can actually scrape up efficiently. Like, I can't go into the earlier difficulties with this ship. I'd have to get something smaller. And I'm not sure how many elites are left either, because I have been clearing a few systems of those and they are comparatively rarer. So I don't really know how much is left. And if we cleared too many, trying to fix the ship after it got blown to pieces over and over, then we might actually risk effectively a failure state for the entire series. Because, let's be honest here, I think the goal is to create a ship that can do reasonably well in Vanguard difficulty, and that's probably going to be the end state of this Season 2. And we're getting there, so it'd be a heck of a shame to trip over and fall flat on my face at this point. Well, flat on my face even more than I did last time, I digress, but, you know. Okay. Right, there are some things very quickly I need to walk through, because this is not the French tickler of obliteration that we knew before. It is a slightly tweaked one, mostly in the forward head, to try and mitigate some of what was happening last time. It's mostly minor tweaks, but I'll go you through. So, first off, there is a comment from Happy Hafer saying, "I am the bringer of bad news. You once again forgot to turn mirror mode back on before changing those outside reactor placements." Yes, you are right, I actually did do that. So as you can see, I have rearranged it so we have the reactors further back, the ammo is further back. This is the side that wasn't actually worked on, so it's probably better for me to show you this bit. So that has been done and worked around. And he was thinking either farm lower difficulty, which would, as I said, would be impractical, or that I should reload that previous save. But besides that, nice ship. I like it. Too bad my name wasn't chosen, but it wouldn't fit the new design anyways. Yeah. We're also pushing one of the other limitations of Cosmoteer base game, which is for my ship to grow more powerful, it has to grow fatter. It has to go wider. The girth has to increase. And that's because the ship grid won't let me get longer. So, you know, there's not much you can do about it, really. So, Zweihander would have not been a very fitting name, especially after I added all the spikes on the grip part of it, so you'd have trouble swinging that thing too. Well, you could swing it, you just wouldn't be able to let go of it, which is about as bad. Oh yeah, by the way, Happy Afer had a second comment, which was, bip bip bip, 1 week's over, time for the next video. Thank you for playing the alarm clock, Happy Hafer. Alright, let's wind up and head for one of the near... We could smash through the veteran really quickly. The problem is going to cost me 500 resources to jump. I'll do it. We need to shake this thing down a little bit and check some of the other changes that are in here. Moving on. Next commento is... Vuljaune. What a great video, the French tickler looks amazing! Smiley face. Thank you very much. I'm pleased to announce it still takes as long to wind up to FTL as it did previously, because I'm not entirely sure which ones are Ah. Why are these ones in the sides very slow? They're as accessible as most of the others. Wait, why am I stuck on 98%? Oh, ding. Ding! The pizza's ready. Off we go. Whee. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the series on the ship. Polar Bear says he's back. The ship is looking very good. So again, thank you. It seems like overall the French tickler is getting well liked. I think it's probably the ship I'm most proud of that I've ever made in Cosmoteer. The previous ship I was most proud of was basically just like a central railgun carriage, and that was it. And that was the biggest ship I've ever built previously, and that was off camera. So this thing is an illustrious. What the? Have I faced one of you before? I feel like I have faced something else circular. Not sure I've faced this specific model in this series though. Just have to see how it goes, but it should be just fine. Nope. The donut is being quite well ventilated, I think. Yeah, not a threat. There was a bit of reactor brownout going on there, but we'll ignore that for the moment. And don't worry, I've not forgotten. I will continue with my explanation of the other big change that has been done in this area. You can probably tell by the... Well, there's no point dancing around it, it's that. I've redone the the reactor mounts a little bit. Oh, you're gonna die, you're gonna die. Right, so, something else that really badly crippled the ship last time was the chain reacting power plants and ionic bombs, effectively, that were going off. Oh cool, I get to kill the game again. Nice. You know, focus on the game. Cosmoteer must die. Yes. That ion prism did not attempt to... I think it's dead. Yes, it's... What are you shooting at? That prism did not try to angle itself. Come think of it, they weren't last time either. What the heck are you... Oh. Yes, hello. The all-around attack capability of the missiles. Right, yeah. The entire ship got gutted by the ion beam reactor assemblies in the sides going nuclear on me. So, to try and fix that, or at least mitigate it a bit, I have actually relocated the external arrays a tad. So, this is why this entire area is a bit messed up. It's all like a tangle of corridor conveyors. Access to this bank of point defences is also pretty bad as well. It's like through an engine room, then a thruster, then into that place, and it's like, people can get there, it's just going to take them a while. So I'm not really going to depend on those guns anymore. But I think they're far enough apart that if this reactor detonates, it won't torch the ion beam prisms, which in turn will not torch the other reactor closer to the ship's core, because, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 5 or 6. I think it's like 6 range on those explosions or something like that. So that should be out of range to stop the ion prisms from chain reacting. Mind you, of course, if one of the central reactors goes up, then that takes out both railgun systems as well, which is still not ideal. To be honest, I'm thinking that the best way for me to solve this would be to tear out this thruster bank down here and then turn the entire ion and reactor assembly on its side. I mean, I do have that convenient conveyor line down there now that I look at it, but yeah, just flip it through 90 degrees, then angle it out towards the center line of the ship, and then up and out to the forward-mounted prisms. Just something like that. Oh, yeah. Automatic collection of money. Alright. Oh, I get it. That's why they weren't working properly. I gave them a target. Now, how do I tell you to cancel your target? Cancel targets. There we go. And yep, you are as well. That might have been when I was testing them, so that was a bit of a mistake to slip through there. Never mind. Okay, that was not strenuous enough to test this thing. But as you can see, that's a bit of a tangle. So this is the area that really needs to be stress tested because it's a bit of a mess. I wheezed in some extra crew compartments in there too. So you know, maybe it'll work properly. Maybe it'll be a credit to my design. But with the tangle, I honestly feel a bit embarrassed looking at it. If only I wasn't trying to keep the reactors next to the thing. Oh, that's something I did after the save, isn't it? I had a room. Let me just fast forward through this. That slow FTL charge. Oh dear. Yeah, I had a room down here dedicated to just the sensor array. You can't forget that. Well, I did forget that, but it's very useful, so I'm going to install it again. And apparently there's something very close by as well. Behavior, you. There we go. Just try and keep that thing charged up. Right, sorry. Oh, station. Is that a Bill and Ted reference? I hope it is, but at the same time I know it's probably not. Because it looks like it's just built to be a static defense platform. Kind of. Okay. One railgun shot, I think, hit an axial corridor dead on and detonated the central power core. Those railguns, if they get lined up properly, they do a lot of damage. Oh dear. Right, sorry, moving on. The comment from Captain Redstone. This is a known bug with the way formations work. You remember how I was saying like some of the ships weren't engaging last time? Oh, I saw that. That was a brownout in the room. That reactor is still not enough. Oh, Spork. Oh, I was just going to have a look at it and Spork exploded. Fire starter. Ah. Very tasty, very dangerous looking ship. That was my oh. Yeah, don't turn your back on me, it's not a very good idea. You have a lot of armour back there, admittedly, but my railguns did plenty of damage to you. And then here comes everything else, literally. Maybe I have too many missile launchers. No, but no such thing as overkill. Especially like these banks of rapid-fire electro bolts. I was just watching the yellow pellets going spraying towards the target, going, "I will disable you!" Pew 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 pew, and it's like, yay! It worked, kind of. Right, sorry. Oh, apparently the group that I noticed behaving a bit oddly last time also had a Spork. Fair enough. Ran into it with had little no back thrusts. Oh no, sorry. Redstone was talking about different time. Basically, knowing to either the problem ship makes it into a position or it is destroyed. Ah, yeah, that is actually quite a serious problem. You know, I'm gonna. Why can't I save the game? I can save the game. Right, save over YouTube save 1. Yes. Beep. So yeah, it sounds like Walt needs to do a little bit of tweaking with the AI ship maneuvering. But to be fair, that's not exactly a high value part of the game in most cases, is it? He's probably got more on his plate. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after the guys that killed us last time. Well, almost killed us in Usro 5. So this will be the best test for if this new configuration actually has merit compared to its previous arrangement. Because this is where the ship took so much damage previously. So it's a good time to go and see. Okay, next comment is from Clint W. I must admit the faulty FTL drives is very useful for getting a few comments out, isn't it? Great at 755, epic. I need to be able to add more than one like. Oh, that would be great if YouTube allowed that, but it might also kind of break the system a little bit. Maybe they should add an ability to add a super like. But yes, or a mega like. An ultra kill like. A domination like. If we're going to be following the whole Unreal Tournament naming scheme for mega kills and stuff. Yeah, unfortunately though, I went against what Clint would have preferred at the start of the video, because Clint was saying just grind it out to get back the... Oh, hello again, Anumura. Nice to see you again. It's a great pleasure to see you. Oh. Yeah, aim there, please. That sensor room gives me a heck of an advantage in terms of firing range, doesn't it? Though the Anamuria is not the most well armoured of ships either. The Anamura. So though, I said it last time, I'll say it again this time, I'd really do like to look at that ship. And yes, the lateral ion beams are targeting properly this time. Excellent. Also, massive power shortages. Oh dear. That said though, the sectors I messed around with didn't really have much barrier shortages going on. It was actually along the main centre line. Makes me wonder if there was actually a split in the central corridor access routes in the one that I built or not. Because this entire stretch thing is allowing people to run all over the place, and I think that might be getting in the way a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. So though, damage-wise, nothing major, just like exterior armor plating for the most part, and one of the ion crystals got detonated. No problem, no problemo. Next one, the one that bugged out slightly, but we'll see how this one goes. Because we have another comment while the ship gets into position. This is going to be the final comment, by the way, don't worry. We'll be focusing on the combat when we get to our ultimate prey. The one we are hunting, the one that did so much damage last time. Ooh, Hollow Knot. Oh, I was wanted to have a look at the design. Oh. Hey, it's the blue one I used for the thumbnail last time, because I enjoyed how the ion beams were cutting it to pieces. Let's try that again, shall we? Oh, ion missile just... Oh, it's got railguns. I don't think I noticed that last time. Oh, if there's one thing I really like about this game... Oh, they detonated one of the side reactors. But the side ion beam is doing its best to try and fend it off. In fact, I think that might be the priority target now. This guy is... I think that, actually, if I recall, when we went against this guy last time, we lost some of our side reactor housings too. Makes sense, actually, because the entire area would be kind of vulnerable to cannon fire. It's not well hardened against that. Oh, there goes one of the lateral ions. We just need to turn, make sure. Hollow Knot, I think you might be one of the unsung enemies. Or maybe I killed you too fast last time, I don't know. I do know that my forward ion crystals have been knocked out. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Lost one of the outboard reactors. Could probably do, I think, with tearing out the EMP missile bank and relocating that. Just so I could house the reactor more snugly into a deeper space. Or maybe convert it and move that reactor further forward, get rid of that reactor entirely, and merge these two sections into one, since they are actually overlapping so badly already. Might also be an idea for progress, that. Damage-wise, 250k, a bit iffy that, but we were getting broadsided by a guy with a lot of cannons into one of the denser areas of the ship's construction, so that kind of makes sense. A lot of expensive explosive stuff went boom. He didn't quite pick off one of the core reactors, though, but he was very close to it. Ouch. Okay, right. Last comment. Damadok says, the wife says you have No. Hang on. Read the comment before you say stuff. Right. The wife says you sound fancy. It must be the accent. Also, I should note we both began laughing hysterically at the name. Well, the name is having its intended effect then. It is incapacitating my enemies, no matter where they are found. Excellent. Glad you like the name, though. It is an odd name, but as I said, it's like it's a naming convention I am actually quite fond of, and a bit of an elongated naming system. Okay, we're going to park here and save up again, because this is the ultimate test for the modifications to the forward blade. So just in case, if it fails again, then, you know, it is what it is. So it might just be a fundamental flaw in the craft design compared to what it's up against. So the other part is that thank you very much for the comment on my accent. When I visited America, I had a few people saying that I had an awesome accent. So thank you very much. The strange thing is, though, I have people locally saying I've got a fancy accent as well. So even to the locals in a town I was born and raised in, hello Excelsis, they consider my accent fancy. So read into that what you will. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. Gotta say, I still love the aggressive design on this thing. In fact, there is a slightly funny story about that one. I think I might have told it a couple of rare times before. Let's see, I think I want to try and knock out... You guys are facing straight forward. Let's try and knock out one of the lateral reactors first. And in fact, let's try and realign the ship this way. And, you know what, let's try and kill the turning while we're at it still. You will not be allowed to turn, good sir. I will not allow it. In fact, try and kill that thing there. Anything we can do to cripple your ship abilities will be nice, I think. Oh yeah. We're running into the same problem. I can't outturn it. So we are quite literally in a beam duel right now. Unless the beam can get down there. Ooh! 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 Why is my side ion deciding this is an important thing to shoot at? I have no idea. But hey, it means the enemy's got less weaponry, so I'm okay with that. Maybe about... I'm trying to figure out where my weapon arcs are, like which one's which, because I've got so many. Like, is that my ion bank weapon arc? I don't really know. I do know my forward armor is getting shredded a bit, but I am also faring a bit better. Right, the story. First Christmas get-together I went to. Internal explosion. Ow. Yep. Okay, that torched both rails. And success in this part, at least, the ion crystals did not chain react far enough to blow out the second reactor in the same assembly. So, that spacing actually worked. Shame that it still does so much damage to the central rail. I can't really fix that without moving the reactor away from it, sadly. It's a bit vulnerable. Right, anyway, so back to the story. My supervisors decided, one of my supervisors decided that He wanted to find out if I would drop my posh accent if I was given shots of, it was whiskey if I recall. So I was given like 3, maybe 4 shots of whiskey just to see if it would affect my accent at all. Turned out it didn't, actually. My accent stayed pretty much the same. I was acting a bit differently. I was definitely more openly depressed than I was before that. But my accent stayed more or less as it is, so read into that what you will. Apparently getting a bit drunk doesn't remove my accent. I've just honestly never realised seriously that I had an accent for such a long time, so I don't really know how to say further than that. But yeah, there we go. Just a fun little tidbit. One of my very few actual stories about anything at all. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, damage report. I think that, yes, our design has actually been improved quite significantly. The Excelsis didn't actually manage to detonate either of our sideboard reactor cores, and didn't manage to breach through to the central cores either. So that is very, very good. Though that said, there was also like part of the reason we lost so much of the ship last time is the fact that because the middle cores were a bit closer together, the armor holding the ship together was a bit closer together as well. Like it was about here. So when those reactors chain reacted, it blew out the side connections here too, in this area. So that blew out. The reactors blew out the central connecting point down the middle of the ship with the rails. So if both of them blew out, it was the central armor layer and rail lines, and all the side armor that went as well. So basically it detached anything that was surviving forward of these assembly points. So that was a heck of a structural weakness. Mind you, when they go up, there's still a pretty big structural weakness. It does a lot of damage, but the ship seems better able to survive it now. And more importantly, we hunted our prey. We got that white whale. Excellent. And the repair bill is only a mere 789,000 space credits. We still lost money, but hey, we killed the thing. I think that's what counts. We definitely killed the thing. Well done, French tickler. You tickled the Excelsis and came away battered, but definitely not broken. Unlike last time. But yeah, I'm afraid with that triumphant ending, we are also at the end of the episode. Yes, I'm sorry, this is actually an episode that's at my normal episode length for once, instead of like 5 or 10 minutes extra. It's just how it works out this time. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. And French tickler. There we go. Make the name change official. And I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later.